Welcome back here, 2022 NXL Golden State Open. We're here at Capitol Edge Paintball Park, a little outside of Sacramento, California. Matty Marshall, lucky enough to have Robbie Goldsmith and Kyle Berry up here to call this next set. It's going to be a fun one. San Antonio X Factor taking on New York Xtreme. First time we've seen these two teams here at this Open. It looks like first body to drop is going to be Parrish coming off here for X Factor. They're still pushing the issue with Billy Bernacci, getting him into the X, and here comes a little bit of a counter attack as Carl for New York Xtreme dives in the snake. Billy catches one, and Jerry Carl all by himself here at the X.
Yeah, looking like a 5-on-3 now. Just Jerry Carl dives over to the snake, get into the 50 snake to start wrapping.
Yeah. You know, Kyle, just real quick, we're here, point number one, looking pretty good, at least initially for New York Xtreme, but talk to me about this X side here.
This X side, this snake side is definitely difficult. It's kind of counter of what we've been seeing in the last few layouts, where this snake side has these really wide open lanes on the back gaps with the cross shots from the Dorito side. But heads up, you really can't see much whatsoever. So, you know, what we're seeing is, since the D side is such a heavy attack and you can stop 3 bodies over on that side, that D side tower can actually see some of these gappings to get in here. But I'm very excited to see how players play this coming into the future, of how they learn how to get crafty within this X structure.
Yeah, and it's a blind layout, and another body, well, actually body dropping as Carl gets eaten up here. A little damage control for Meter Ninos. Some signs of life here for X Factor. They're playing on their heels for a second as Carl was pushing the issue, and X Factor had dropped a couple bodies. Meter might be taking the walk, though it looks like he does. Are they going to be assessing a penalty? And it is, and it's going to take out Colt Roberts. So the ship has sailed on point number one here is New York Xtreme with Pat Kraft Jr. and Arslan Hussein still alive with Harrison there as well. Going to take this first point. So Robbie, you know, he's got that breakdown here, the X side, but I thought, I mean, you guys just played, you guys beat the ML Kings. It was actually kind of the tables had turned a bit from what we saw at the event before, an event before, whereas Level couldn't really keep up with the aggression that ML Kings had before, but then you guys were the aggressors in this one. So talk to me about that V side, that D side, because I really felt a lot of your strength came from that side of the field, Robbie.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that they were going to come out hard. They always do. They have a lot of young speed. I feel like ML Kings and Level are very similar on the up and up in the league.
That's exactly how we said it right before your game.
Yeah, and they came out in Dallas and waxed us, so we wanted to make sure it didn't happen. And you know, I feel like after the break, it's really hard to shoot anything over there. Obviously, we have Danny over here, which everyone kind of keeps an eye on, so we just tried to take advantage of it, and it worked, that one.
The one good thing today that we did see for your opponents against you guys is they were putting a lot of pressure on Danny. He took the early walk quite a bit, getting sweet spotted out, whereas Silberg was kind of going off and able to make it clean on that D side.
He's an all-star now.
He is an all-star. Yeah, it was, yeah, and then Connor Kelly was taking the walk a bit for you guys. Your guys is all-star, Kyle. So anyway, jumping into this next one, it's Paintball Fit, they were outstanding in their first game with the Mercy Rule win over Crisis. And then the Titans, they hung with Blast Camp, and it was a tie ball game, 5-5. So
both losing one off the break. It's a 4-on-4 off the break right now. Oh, and Fit loses another, so now it's a 4-on-3.
Yeah, advantage to the Titans. They have Harrison Fry from Infamous playing on their squad. He's still alive, and he is at D2 here currently. Titans were aggressive in that first game and coming all the way over from New Zealand, so good to see a little international flavor. Here is Kyle. Last time I saw you, we were out in England. So
yeah.
Love that, you know, paintball is a worldwide thing. Just, love the guys willing to make these big, long journeys to throw down here in this battle. And again, they did look pretty good in that first game, even though it was a draw. Harrison pushing the issue, probing, trying to get a little creative on that. D side goes to a pin. Pretty gun dominant here, trying to find these bodies. Looks like Chavez is still alive for Fit.
He's trying to pick off on Chavez on the Dorito side. He's playing great, getting out to that wide. He's playing pretty consistently the last few matches, too, just attacking that side and getting down. Oh, but he gets picked off.
Ooh, had our first commentator curse here, Kyle Berry. Yeah, I do agree with you, though. He's a big component of the offense for Fit. Just not here in this point, though, as he wasn't a good spot, gets taken out. So Titans looking real good on that D side. They got 2 bodies over there, pushing the issue. Not quite at the 50s yet.
Looks like it's 4-on-2 in favor of the Titans.
He got to start attacking the snake side to put the balance pressure on both sides to shoot Cole out of that Dorito side tower.
Yeah, it's a hell of a gunfighter.
He is, man.
Yeah, it was interesting in the Fit's first game. They're so good. They're so comfortable in their gunfights. They play so much paintball. So no matter what situation they're in, it looks like is that Mason? No, that's his brother. So both the Lucao's going to take the walk here as they're the last bodies left alive. The point's going to get finished out here. So Titans looking pretty strong again.
Harrison giving Colt a little extra at the end there. He's trying to get him riled up.
So now X Factor going to take the field here against this Xtreme. Got off to a really slow start this season as X Factor We were joking that there were kids learning math in 2nd grade that have never seen X Factor not play on Sunday until 2022. First couple events, not so good for them, but they looked a lot better with a light line at the last event.
They've also had roster problems. I mean, they're rotating players a lot. They're adjusting their squad. And I think taking the hit of losing Archie is a big factor. I mean, he's really not just a quarterback, but a closer on that line. And someone else needs to fill that role. And if Colt's there, he usually does a really good job at filling it. But when Colt's not there for the events, they seem to be lacking a little bit.
Well, they have Colt here for this one. So see if they can step up in point number 2. They're on the blue side here as they run out. Solid first point for Xtreme. And Xtreme strikes again as Rainey Stanza going to be taking the early walk here.
But Billy Bernaccio getting into this X here on the snake side real fast. And now taking the first kill for NYX off the Dorito side. 4-on-4.
Yeah, McLean taking the walk for New York Xtreme. Xtreme dives Carl here into this X. And it's been an interesting battle here as you were breaking it down a bit in that first point here, Kyle, but I like this layout. It's been entertaining to watch, that's for sure. Inside move for Billy. Did he trade out with Carl? Looks like he does.
That wasn't a trade.
Not a trade?
Jerry had him all day. He was posted waiting. He didn't even know. The problem is there's no laydown refs, so they're not going to see those middle moves. That's a little scary thing back there. A lot of middle play, no laydown refs. So.
Tom Guest getting checked out as
NYX taking it to X Factor right now. Looks like we got a trade on the far side. It looks like it's 2-on-2. Got Colt moving up the snake side here.
You got Patty Craft here in the snake corner and Harris Hussein in the Dorito 1.
Yeah, as the battle went down on the D side, both teams losing a body. Still one more body over there for Xtreme. And I think, is there a body in the back? Yeah, back corner bunker.
Yep.
In the stand-up can for X Factor. I believe that's Tom Guest. And then Colt Roberts still alive here on the X side. He's at box 2. And yeah, Pat Craft Jr. back corner bunker. Colt Roberts shooting the angle crossfield here. Believe it's a 2-on-2. Definitely to Robbie. Can you see if there's a back corner bunker?
2-on-2.
Okay, that's what I thought. So 2-on-2. Here comes Craft's going to move up.
This finds a runaway.
This middle has been developing a little slower than I thought for people closing the games out or trying to figure out these situations. There's so many blind spots.
The real big problem is the blind cross shots. Blind cross shots are huge. I mean, if you just look at this gapping between the two snake insert bunkers here, oof. Colt Roberts with the 1 ball.
Oh, did he get the crossfield kill?
No,
not yet. Hussein going to move up. Colt's going to try to find him and gets a shot on his pack. Little 2-pack to close here for Colt Roberts.
Nasty with it.
Texas legend. And I definitely agree with you. I mean, Colt's so good that anytime they have him, I mean, of course, it's just going to give them a better chance. And the fact, and yeah, it's been tough with, with COVID for Colt to be able to make events, but the fact that he's back now is a huge thing for the roster.
The one thing I'm trying to figure out, Maddie, and I've been thinking about this for the last 2 or 3 years, and you guys probably think about it a lot over on Level, is that these older players have a developed mindset, like a general ideology of how to play the game that really isn't being translated to the younger guys. Like we don't know. But when you watch Archie, or if you watch Colt, or if you watch anybody that's been in pro 15 years plus, like they all make the same type of moves, the same ideology of moves. Maybe they do it in different ways and more crafty or more gun dominant. But at the end of the day, there's a structure of how they're playing on a 3-on-5, on a 2-on-5, on a 5-on-2, whatever it might be, that where you don't really know yet.
If you take, so when they do tests for reflexes, if I take, like, how old is Carter Donaldson?
22.
Okay, so if you take a 22-year-old and compare him with, say, a 40-year-old Alex Frazier, he's going to be measurably better on his reflexes. But that is not how this game is really won or lost. So much focus is put on the form. And the form is not really what wins tournaments. That just gets you in the door. And so if you look at a good parallel is mixed martial arts. If you look at how successful the elder statesmen of mixed martial arts have been in the past 10 years, you see guys still dominating at close to 40, still getting punched in the face, or 35. And the reason is you have to learn so many skill sets in order to be elite in your, and that skill set is what you do in pressure situations. So that's why, and it's longer conversations, we got to jump into this next point, but that's what it is.
Paintball Fit losing 1 from the right side here. Looks like it is 5-on-4.
Titans playing tough, playing the back line, heavy guns, real control. Oh, and Paintball Fit loses another. Titans are winning these gunfights. as they launch up to that wedge on the Dorito side.
Well, and that's saying something, Kyle. The Titans are winning gunfights against Paintball Fit. Well, that means the Titans have been training a lot because Paintball Fit, man, they play a lot of paintball.
A lot of respect for those guys, honestly. They do play a lot of paintball.
And they got Mark Johnson guesting with them this event.
Yeah, he had good point out there too. Cleaned up nicely.
Another All-Star this year.
Yeah, making the All-Star team. Another guy that, even though he's in his 40s, still holding it down out there.
Sick gun battle going on D side right now. There's Harrison Fry in the Dorito 2, Suarez in the Mini W on the wide, and he's fighting that center brick there. It's kind of like a 2-on-1 with Suarez is holding his own.
Yeah, Chavez on a bit of an island over there. See if
oh, he gets the first kill.
He gets the first guy. Yeah, and then Harrison Fry's going to match him. They're mirrored up on that D side.
Oh, and Chavez gets picked up by Harrison Fry. Good crafty move by Harrison Fry.
Harrison Fry. Oh, I think he just got. He tried to pop the top. He gets taken out.
Looks like it's 3-on-2 in favor of the Titans. Paintball Fit making a move here. Did he see him in the corner? He did not. And the corner shoots out Paintball Fit. Is there one guy left somewhere?
Unless he's in the back. Yeah, back corner bunker.
Back corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're just going to concede the point. So another point going to the Titans here. Yeah, I don't know if it's the... So the Titans have played one event this year, and they took 10th in Texas. And then now this is their second event. And
only coming from the minors, huh?
Well, and if you're thinking about who they're playing today, they're playing Blast Camp and Paintball Fit. That's the #1 and #2 ranked teams.
Tough draw.
They tied Blast Camp?
What's up?
They tied Blast Camp?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's... And I don't know if that's the Titans have just gotten that good, or if these guys are sleeping on the Titans. I guess
they look good.
They look good.
I mean, they're playing tight. They're playing a little higher than I'd like to see, but they're playing tight. They're rolling their guns heavy. They look like they're winning gunfights. Everything that you need to win tournaments. I don't really know. Like Chad Bouchez said, I don't really know how to win tournaments. I haven't done any of those yet, but they look good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you've watched enough paintball, though. Theoretically, you know what it's supposed to take to win a tournament.
Yeah, I've been studying since I was a child, right? So it's just, I've looked at it a few times, and there's some commonalities between the winners, and I'm just trying to flow with that.
Well, another thing, too, is that, we could talk about the intricacies and the nuances of the high-level paintball IQ and the knowledge needed to win tournaments, or the physical skill required, but a lot of it also has to do with mentality.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have the right mindset of confidence that you take to these pressure situations, no matter who you're playing, then you're probably never going to be at that top level. I'm not saying you guys don't have that. I like the cocky swagger you guys have. I think you have that. It's just, but that is a subjective thing. It's not, so anyway, jumping back into this one here.
NYX loses the body. It is 5-on-4 in favor of X Factor. X Factor has Rainey up at the 50 on the Dorito side, crawling the beam up there.
Well, at the same time, I believe it's Jerry over there, or maybe it's McLean over on the Dorito side, attacking down that side now.
Yeah, he's in a pretty good spot here. Does have to worry about Rainey inside. That's this move of, with Rainey going to this brick of all the games that we've been watching, points we've been watching out here. That's one of the most potent moves so far.
Oh, yeah.
That's come out. Like, this is an obvious thing that people need to focus on if you can get a guy there.
The scary thing is if you're on the brick on the inside, you don't see him when you go to wrap. As soon as you take one step, he has the gap all day. So it gets a little scary. Meter's doing a great job here in the snake, about to launch in. Oh,
Rainey with a beautiful move, and that's what I'm talking about. The gumption it takes to make a move like that. I love that word, gumption. Gets another kill inside before he goes, so I'll take that 2-for-1 trade any day. And during that chaos, Meter moves up here to get into the X.
No, I believe it's a 2-on-3 or 2-on-4 X Factor favor.
There's 4 on X Factor. There's a corner hiding back there.
2-on-4.
Yeah, good communication here from Meter. Talking over to... Yeah, and it's great just across the board right now.
Yeah, you got Tom Gass behind Meter, and then you got TJ Danner over there in Dorito 1. I can't see the corner from here, but I'm assuming it's LJ Parrish.
Yeah, good crossfield spread. Not a ton of ground, though, after the death, but the 2-pack run-through from Rainey.
You got Jerry Caro here for NYX in the snake corner, getting crafty, trying to get something done here.
Yeah, he's out in the blind spot, using those bunkers to block out his opponents. His Meter's going to move up and check off the angles inside. Yeah, they're yelling kill 4.
I don't think they believe him.
As Guest fills out wide to get behind Meter, they pick up Carl and force him to check back into his spot. He's looking down the sideline, looking inside now. And X Factor's just being very careful. Make sure they put this point up as they have the numerical superiority here. Just going to take him. Definitely, I think the D-side guys don't have the count yet. Nice, that's gonna be a penalty. Yeah, it's beautiful protection from Guest. Tom Guest shooting over the top of Meter, and Carl getting absolutely obliterated. Yeah, so New York will be starting with 3, and that's just a horrible time to get a penalty.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, Jerry. I mean, Jerry's got to just take his lickings at that point. He tried real hard, but you know that puts you down for the next point. I mean, it was a tie game. Now they're down by 1, but now they're down by 1, starting down 2 bodies.
It's almost a 2-point swing. I mean, can 3 beat the 5? Sure, it happened twice at the last event, but the chances don't look good for you.
That's one of those things that Kyle was talking about. Those are just those experience things that you can't do it, you know?
Yeah, it's, again, one of the reasons I love this game is that it really does force you in very tough pressure situations to see how quick your brain can compute, right? And when we had, so Rich, before he went down, he's like, I'm going to give you my whole game plan. You want my whole game plan? I'm like, yeah, give me your game plan, as he's coaching New York Xtreme. And he said, not get any penalties. That's our game plan, you know?
That's it. That's what we're walking out there with.
He's joking around, obviously, but he's also putting a truth in the joke, right?
Yeah.
And the point is that they get penalties too often to contend at the highest level. And that's a perfect glaring error and an example of what not to do.
Error. That's what you said.
Yes.
That's the big thing.
That's an unforced error right there.
And making it past prelims is all about error
Reduction. Error reduction.
Looks like a 5-on-5 breakout here with Paintball Fit getting the advantage on distance, going up to the Dorito 3 or the D2 here, and now he's wide.
Man, Chavez, they might as well not start at that outside spot because he's just omnipresent over there.
Harrison's on it, though. He knows.
And he's ready for him. Harrison's playing it very smart.
Yep.
He's become an incredible paintball player, man.
Yeah, he is.
I feel like when you dedicate your life to this craft, it's not too...
Yeah, there are very few human beings that have played as much paintball or traveled as many miles as Harrison Fry. He's definitely dedicated himself
Cole
to
from PB Fit making an awesome move up to the D-side wedge and then crawling up to that brick, and they lose a body. So now it's a 4-on-5 in the Titans' advantage.
Chavez is going to move up into the gun of Fry. I don't think Fry gets that kill. Lukow right there with him as Lukow eats up a body and then comes through to get the trade with Harrison. So, good job. Number 45.
That's a 2-for-1 in favor of Harrison, though. That's what they picked him up to do.
Yeah, but now it's down to a 2-on-3 scenario, so game's broken down pretty close.
Well, yeah, and it's now who adjusts quickest, right? This is the scramble as the first attackers have come off the field, and now everyone has to start scrambling around to reposition. That's why we call it the scramble. But looks like just 2 bodies left alive for Fit right now. And they have the field spread. Rogers and D3 as well. Titans are looking for it, though. Trying to get creative in the center, checking off on the lanes. Going to get the drop in on Rogers and get the kill. Nice work. Now a 3-on-1 situation. Get a 2-pack to finish here.
Oh, you get a little
That
major
was close,
like
close.
Yeah. When you do wrong, you get bunkered.
He's checking him right now for a hit.
Just take it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a hit.
Nothing.
Yeah, also we got a new sponsor, guys, for this event. It's a law firm that specializes in representing individuals and businesses dealing with insurance companies for property claims.
Awesome.
And it's a move of the tournament cash prize.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
so $500 for the move of the prelims and $1,000 for the best move on
No
Let's
way.
go.
I've been bringing this up for a while. I was like, we would play way better for this. You gotta promote that. You gotta get that big. I don't think the kids know that Connor Kelly needs $500. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just sealed the deal. So it's going down starting this weekend, and
That's
we're
awesome.
excited about it. We'll be talking about it all weekend long.
Do we have any leaders so far?
Not really. Hosky from your guys' team pulled off. He got a 3-pack on a pretty nice little chaotic run through over here. A guy pulled off a 1-on-2. Nothing super spectacular yet. It's definitely still out there to get.
MIX loses 1 off the break.
So they're down to 2 bodies. They lost their last guy. They're down to 1 body because of that major penalty from the point before.
And they concede.
And that is probably the smart play.
McLean does not know what's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. That is awesome. McClenny and Mosley, is that what it is?
Yeah. McClenny, Mosley, and Associates.
Awesome, guys. Well,
We'll be putting the number up throughout the weekend.
Are they a local company here to Sacramento?
No, they're out of the South mostly, I think.
Okay.
But I think they travel all over the United States.
I love that.
well, thank you guys so much for the support and paintball, and let's make sure we give them a show. That's the biggest thing, man. Those type of incentives, I think, is what like drives the entertainment factor, right? At the end of the day, we do play a sport. At the end of the day, we are here for the people that are stacked up on the sidelines, even though we love it so much. But the only way for this to be a multi-billion-dollar industry is for there to be millions of people on the other side of the sideline right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got to make it entertaining.
I couldn't agree with you more. I've been singing that song for 20 years.
You've been doing a great job, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You've been doing a really good job taking a story out of it and making it a very entertaining and awesome story.
Well, it's like I always say, no one just wakes up in the morning and cares about anything. You are made to care. That's the operative word in that sentence, is you have to make somebody care. And ultimately you do it by entertaining them or telling them a great story.
Back into the Titans versus PB-FIT. PB-FIT double in the home while the Titans are edging off the box, trying to shoot the snake side.
5 alive for both again.
5-on-5 breakout.
Rare. I love it.
Yeah, it has been started to get a little bit of a bloodbath on the break on this field.
Especially for a blind layout. We really don't know what to shoot at or what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Still hitting people.
Yeah. And seeing a lot of inside guys, too, like shooting the shooters type situation.
Those two towers are very dominant and hard to get to. Oh, PB-FIT lose one.
Yep, drops their first body. 5-on-4 in favor of the Titans. No one too aggressive on this point. No one making their moves up to the 50s yet. And we got our first move to the 50 by the Titans over here into the X. And they mirror it on the other side.
See, the Titans are doing a really good job at playing that middle. Getting two guys in there to the center. It's hard to shoot those guys. Those guys have really small and great kill shots on the cracks on the left and right. Like if this guy was still on the left, he should be able to shoot Chavez going into that Dorito. But if he stays left and keeps his gun up, he'll hit him as he launches into that mini W.
Yeah, and that's been kind of the issue for some of the players and teams is they get into these spots but don't stay on the lane.
And then Titans lose Harrison Fry. Yeah, that's the problem is they're coming off. And
yeah, another death here coming out of the X. So was looking good initially here for the Titans with that penetration early in the center, but a couple deaths now. Those guys are still in the center, but they don't have support. And they got that early kill on Fit, so Fit.
The crazy thing is that no one can split the seam between these two.
Strangely enough, Chavez is in his spot over there on the D side.
Bad gunfight right there.
Yep.
Lost him.
Oh, penalty assessed, though, on Chavez.
Uh-oh.
And that is going to pull out Mason, I believe. No, they're going to pull out Johnson. No, they didn't pull out Johnson. They pulled out Colt. So Johnson's still alive. Mason's still alive here for PB-FIT.
Colt saw the penalty and just called himself out just to help the ref out, and the ref almost pulled another guy.
Oh, but Mason had no idea the Titans were at the 50 brick, and it cost him Mason. Johnson's still alive, though. Johnson finished off a point nicely in a nasty situation here for Fit. So see if one of the Texas legends can get it done.
He just filled out to the D-side towers, a 2-on-1. Titans player fills back in the snake here. 2-on-1, and Mark is moving around like nobody's out there.
Yeah, Johnson rolling the dice here, trying to get creative and have your his opponents lose them. Gets bounced, and that one broke.
Nice.
And he's going to catch a couple extra. So, little finish here from the Titans, and what is going on here? The Titans
up 4-0
are looking absolutely outstanding here against one of the best semi-pro teams in the league. Titans came to play today.
Just got a text from a watcher. The law firm is in the entire U.S. minus Alaska, 12 states in the Northeast. We can do Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Honduras, Costa Rica through international charters.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Let them know if they want to reach out to me directly, I'd give them a free marketing plan for helping out paintball.
There we go. Hey, Kyle Berry. There we go.
Yeah, you can also email Pate at MMA-PLLC.com. And again, they represent people and businesses in property insurance claims and negotiation and litigation.
I didn't put that together. Pate Smith, old school Alabama kid.
Yeah.
Went to Alabama. We won't hold that against him, but been a paintball fan for a long time and a great dude. So let's help him out.
Yeah, it's tip of hat and respect to Pate. He was the prime mover there, so.
Love that.
Billy taking this second snakeside wedge off the break and making it alive.
X Factor loses one. Tom Guest out of the back.
Yeah, body coming off for NYX, too, from that backfield of Hussein Arslan.
There we go. Both NYX got two guys up in the 50s here. Let's see if they can put some together. Caro and Harris.
Yeah, nice moves by Harris Hussein. Jerry Caro to take some ground. Catching some pressure, though, as looks like Pear's going to take the walk here for X Factor.
3 guys left for X Factor. NYX has a one body advantage right here. Oh, and Harris takes a walk to even it back up.
Nice shot by Rainey. Filled up to the Dorito, hit Harris, the first heads-up shot. Now we got Packraft and Jerry Carl over here on the snake side against Billy Bernaccio and Meter Ninos, with Rainey Stanzak on the D side for X Factor, and it looks like Josh Taylor on the D side for NYX.
This is such a dangerous bait play right here with Caro shooting cross field at those Doritos.
But the problem is his lack of consistency on it. Right?
Yep.
He's not hearing anybody talk, so. And now Rainey knows what he is.
NYX fill out here. I don't think they saw that.
Yeah, Carl gets a little help. Body back corner bunker here for New York Xtreme. Jerry Carl still at the 50 brick in the X.
Yeah, but Packraft's got to use the momentum of Jerry being up here to get to a point where we can shoot the tower.
Looks like Taylor also still alive for New York Xtreme. He's at D1.
Jerry's feeling the pressure now. He's starting to switch hands back and forth a lot. He's got to calm down. If I was him, I would retreat back to that second wedge.
The inside wedge?
Yeah, the inside wedge. Just to catch Rainey off guard, right? Retreat to that inside wedge after you come off the gap, pick up the secondary gap.
Yeah, proactivity in this bunker structure is the best way to play it.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to keep people guessing for sure.
Yeah. And the problem is once people start figuring out the bounce shot, like,
there he goes.
Meter's starting to hit the bounce shot right now, right? As soon as he figured out the bounce shot, that bunker's probably going to be hard to play.
Yeah, Carl doing exactly what Kyle wanted him to do. Backs up inside to the wedge.
Now just bait, Jerry. Just bait. Just sit on the bait.
It's going to put him closer to Josh Taylor, who moved up into D3. So nice move by Josh, and now they're going to be closer. They can talk a little bit easier to each other. Packraft Jr. still in that back corner bunker, which is a great spot, man. You can shoot a lot of bunkers from that back corner. You can also get shot from a lot of positions from that back corner as well, too.
What I hope to happen is Josh swings out wide on the Dorito side and he catches Billy in the pack. I mean, he's got the best advantage right now just because he's closer to that mini W. You get out wide to those mini Ws on the Dorito side, it's very hard to survive over here on the snake. Like, the cross shots are extremely powerful, and the bunkers are so narrow. We don't have like a big Dorito or something over here. You don't have a lot of livable space.
Yeah. Well, X Factor with a 2-point lead, burning a lot of clock off. So if they do win this one, it's going to make it a lot tougher for New York Xtreme, because the longer this point goes, the more important it becomes. If X Factor can win this one and burn another 2 or 3 minutes off, that would be perfect to take the spread to 3. So New York Xtreme backs to the wall kind of already here, down by 2 with 5:20 left.
Jerry really wants to go to the middle.
Well, he's one of the most aggressive guys in the league, so he likes to be playing on his toes.
Did he miss Billy?
I think you missed him.
Yeah. It was a good idea.
Well, Packraft Jr.'s closed the gap a bit. He's now in box 2, but he's out of paint. He's going to get a pod. Did it break?
Yep.
I think he's
he
good.
Got about half. Did he get about half of it?
Yeah, not a bad throw.
Hit the shot, Josh. Oh, no, Josh. Uh-oh. Oh, he's got to take the bump to the next one. Still learning the layout.
Oh, here comes Rainey making move up the D side.
Rainey getting crafty. He's out in the blind area, out in the open.
Meter takes a walk.
Nice shot, Packraft.
Here.
Oh.
Yeah, Meter takes the walk. Rainey commits. Body does. He does trade out with Taylor. It puts Billy in a 1-on-2. Oh, and he trades out with Pat. So Jerry Carl, after that chaos, stayed alive. Good job, Jerry Carl.
Very nice, man. Very nice, Jerry. It's funny that lined up. You know, if Josh, once he got into that mini W, if he would have just took the advantage and wrapped and just controlled the wide, he would have had the opportunity to win it. Jerry, if he just kind of baited a little bit longer, if Packraft and Jerry wanted to work together, it would have been a lot easier game. But X Factor should have been on their heels just because of the advantage that NYX had on the field. It's just not working together. Whoever works together first in that situation is going to win that.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It's just fun, again, as a fan, to watch the strategy and the tactics change in real time.
Yeah.
Because typically when we head to an event and it's a major without a blind layout, about 90 to 95% of the work's already done. That'll happen in practice. We didn't get to see it.
Right.
Now we're all watching it evolve in real time.
The crazy part is as a coach, like if you were a coach in this position, do you try different things even in a tight game to figure out the layout, or do you go
depends
with,
on the thing we're trying to try.
But the whole thing is you're going to go with a bread and butter. That's not really a bread and butter.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well, like for instance, I thought you guys played too tentative in that first game.
We did.
You're an offensive team, and you guys were mostly going defense back spots, and you're getting shot off the break. And then certain individuals weren't stepping up. Your second game, better, but still not quite playing ML King's paintball.
We're not playing fast, no.
Yeah.
No.
But again, it's just one of those things about it's the evolution of it. So looks like the Titans now, they have a massive 4-point lead, trying to take a mercy rule win here against Paintball Fit, one of the best teams in this division.
And one thing I don't like, how much time do we have? They have 6:36. Okay, that's fine. There's not much assertiveness go win the point.
Talking about fit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Down 4 points, you have 6 minutes. You have to average about a minute 25.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just, yeah, I mean, you have to really start pushing the issue contingent upon the situation, right? And
in our pits, we talk about 0-0 a lot, especially if we're up on points. It's 0-0, 0-0, right? We do that so we have the mentality of not slacking off, not thinking that we have the advantage, but to play at 100%. But when you're down by 4 and you have 4 minutes left, it is down by 4 with 4 minutes left. You have 1 minute points. That is what you have to play.
Yeah, but I would add to that, though, that when you do have quite a bit of a lead and there's a ton of time left, I don't really want you playing like it's 0-0. I want you playing like you have a 3-point lead, because if you go up a couple bodies, you want to slow play the rest of that point to burn additional time off, because if you get that point and burn 2 minutes off, it gives you a massive advantage.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's just my guys don't really like the whole slow down. So when we get in that scenario, it's like just go win the next one.
Understandable, understandable. I mean, I'll take a big win, too.
This is the scary part. So PBFit down by 4. They're in the 2 bricks here in the center, crossed up, which is great containment if you were up by 4. But you need to find the offensive push to win it. Oh,
and the Titans aren't giving them much, right? They're kind of just tucked in their spots. Just edges of goggles and tips of barrels is all that Fit's seeing right now. Mason past the 50-yard line with Rogers at the 50, looking for it here.
Rogers needs to protect Mason because they're shooting the same shots.
Yeah, and same situation, just some time has been burnt off here. Now 5 minutes left to go with 4-point spread. Mason trying to look for it. Mason looking for it, gets that inside kill, and then they're getting another one, and Mason's gonna run through to finish this one off. Beautiful job by Mason. Puts about a half a dozen on that last player.
Yeah, but Mason, what are you doing? He's such a smart player, man. He could have shot the other 2 guys, and the point would have already been done right at this moment. But he decided to put an extra 10 to 12 balls on the one guy to prove a point. I hope.
And that was a beautiful move. I mean, are you trying to win $500 or not? You know.
This changes the game right now.
I like it.
Listen, we spend so much money on this sport and love this sport so much. I would much rather win than win the 500.
Yeah, absolutely.
Winning the event is the first and foremost. But you win the event plus get the 500, then we go into a party after.
Best case scenario.
Yeah.
And I mean, in some universe, if it's it's such a miraculous move, maybe you win the 500 and win the $1,000.
And win the 1,000. You're walking away with $1,500 and a trophy. But I'm telling you, you walk away from $1,500 and without a trophy, it don't feel that good. It feels just like $1,500. Who was it? It was Jackson.
Yeah, who won the Golden Barrel but lost the tournament, which is the only time that's ever happened.
You could see how upset he was. Like, he was like, thanks. You know what I mean? It's awesome. It's a great accomplishment, but like, we're here for a reason.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you, man. I mean, you get to keep the wins forever.
Yep. Oh, and Jerry gets hit off the break. NYX loses 1. Harris launches up the center. He makes it.
They get out wide.
Pat Kraft out here to the corner.
He's doing a good job of filling out.
Yep. We got both mirroring 50s. Who's going to get the drop?
Oh.
Ooh,
Harris. Nice job by Harris Hussein.
Billy tried to pull the trigger there.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, they needed that one, though, as they're only down by 1. There's 4 minutes left to go. It's a nice shot there by good containment by Harris.
Yeah. Now Harris has the full control of the snake. And does he get misses Rainey. Come on, Harris.
And he's going to move across and out.
Ooh, did he miss him?
Inside, actually.
Did he miss him? He did.
Did he? Did he? Looks like he did. Danner's going to get in to the tower close to Rainey.
But this is something you don't really see much out of Harris Hussein. Look how well he's doing a job.
Nice.
Good point, Kyle. Good point. Well, you are originally a New Yorker.
Oh,
so.
that kid is my brother and my mentor for a lot of the beginning of my life. He helped me out to get through life for a while, so I'm always got Harris's back.
Another kill for NYX on X Factor here. Got another guy at the 50. Kraft comes up to 50 here. It looks like it's 3 on 3 though. Oh, Rainey doing Rainey things.
Rainey creeping up. Harris had another chance to get him. He misses his shot again.
That's a much harder shot.
Yeah, that is definitely a much harder shot. Kraft at the 50-yard line. Taylor's going to come up.
Oh,
it looks like Colt's going to take the walk.
3 on 2 now.
Advantage to New York Xtreme, trying to tie this game up.
Oh, and Harris wins the
finally
gunfight.
Pinch out Rainey. That leaves just TJ Danner. He is really good in these situations, but he's in a real tough spot, and he tries to do the desperation run out wide, ends up getting clipped. Taylor going to run in.
Good.
Shout out to Pat Kraft for doing something, I think. Just kidding, Pat. Love you, brother.
Pat did hit that nice shot on Colt. I'll give him that.
Yeah, how did you not end up on New York Xtreme? Kyle.
Harris is very enthusiastic.
It's good to see New York Xtreme pumped up. It's typically when they play their best paintball.
When Harris, Arslan, and myself developed the New York Outlaws back in 2013, I played with them in 2013, 2014, and then I wanted more. Like, there was no professional team in the Northeast. We were the best team around the area. There was nothing that we could do. My parents decided to move down to Florida, and after crashed on Harris's couch for like 6 months and trying to make it up in New York, I was like, I can play more paintball and I can learn from Damage down in Florida. So I moved in my parents' garage down in Florida, and then went pro with Damage 2015. They went pro in 2017.
Yeah.
So I've had multiple opportunities. I mean, they pretty much ask me every single event to come over and play. So
I figured.
It's
especially because you've gotten really good. So I was like, and I'm like, here, I knew we really started with those guys.
Yeah, yeah. No,
How did he end up on the Florida teams?
it was just such an eye-opener to play with Damage and the stuff that the Northeast just didn't know, right? That's why I'd love to come out and practice in Cali more to find out what we don't know on the East Coast.
Well, Dynasty's been pretty good.
Yeah, they know something.
PB Fit and Titans here. It looks like we got 5 alive on both sides again.
Well, the big question
Harrison,
is,
don't do it, dude.
can PB Fit answer? They're going to lose another body.
There he goes.
They are pushing up on the D side, though.
Titans lose Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh, a penalty going to be assessed here on PB Fit. Not going to help their comeback chances.
Bodies falling off left and right. So we got 3 bodies coming off from PB Fit. Looks like they only have 2 left stacked on the D side. Titans have 4 or 3. You see a guy in the
4 on 2.
I think it's a 3 on 2.
Is the back corner bunker?
No, there's a home.
Oh, there's a home.
4 on 2. Chavez in the 50 over there, though. If he can turn this field a little bit.
Yeah, as long as their center guy actually stays on, I don't know what.
And instead he goes to a pin.
4 on 2, let me go to a pin. No. I mean, on the Titans, they could have just sat there the whole time.
Yeah.
Blood's in the water, dude. They're trying to take down one of the top teams, make a statement here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get a win against Fit and a draw against Blast Camp,
You got a good
that's
day.
pretty legit.
You had a good day.
Because that's a tough draw. You sit there and you're like, we just flew all the way from New Zealand.
What do you think about draws?
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. It's interesting, just the draw in general of who you get, who you don't get.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was thinking more of like
Let fate
a
decide
draw.
it.
Oh, in semi-pro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate draws.
I hate it.
Yeah, not a fan.
One-on-ones.
Dude,
Yeah.
rock, paper, scissors afterwards or something. Just somebody get wins.
Yep.
Win or losers. That's why we play sports. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I don't like just participation trophies. I don't like draws.
Really mess up brackets too. I've looked
Yeah.
at brackets at the end of prelims for semi-pro, and it's like they don't even know who's going on. Guy makes it on and go with 1 win, a loss, and 2 draws. It's like,
I get the time thing, like, and we're here in schedule and whatnot, but the apex of a match is an overtime. Some type of, whether it's a 1-on-1 or a 5-on-5
What
or.
were we just talking about, right? Drama,
Yep.
yeah, drama.
entertainment.
Speaking of drama, 3-on-3, X Factor NYX, and it is a 5-on-5 breakout.
NYX loses the first player. It is 5-on-4 in favor of X Factor.
Yeah, Pat Kraft taking the early walk here. So X Factor with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left to go. Double moves up the center, and then they both hit the deck and crawl to crucial spots.
There we
Colt
go.
Roberts gets to the brick first, and here comes Rainey, also in a really good spot here. Try to solidify this win, as they have a 1-body advantage and they have the real estate.
NYX better have their finger on the buzzard. I would hit it at a minute 30 if they don't get a kill. With the 2 bricks like this locked up, they could sit like this all day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so neither team with the lead right now. We do not have draws in the Pro League,
Thank you.
unless something changed.
Yeah.
You never know. I don't even like the overtime, dude. Just give me the 1-on-ones immediately.
I like the 1-on-ones. The 1-on-ones are cool.
Again,
One
it's
thing I
more
do want to say,
dramatic. Hey, we fought to a draw. Send your heroes out.
send your heroes out. Yeah. One thing I do want to say, the silver paint is not that bright. I was super, super excited for bright shell paintball so we could all watch them fly in the air. But the silver is not the right color.
No.
Yeah.
Well, another move out here for X Factor, spreading the field. Meter Ninos. Billy gets in with Rainey. So they got a minute left to try to break this cross. Is on defense right now. New York Xtreme try to hold on and force an overtime.
Yeah, I think that's the play now. You just got to hold out for 60 seconds.
Yeah, because you're down by 1. If you lose, if X Factor executes this correctly, which it looks like Rainey is getting in the position to do.
They need 1 more kill and then they can launch a full-on attack.
The problem is Rainey's going to get here
And shoot somebody. Oh,
They lose Parrish.
LJ takes a walk.
4-on-4.
Tough death. So now, yeah.
Josh
4-4.
knows he's here, though. Get it. Here it comes.
Rainey wraps around, puts Taylor in. Did he actually shoot him? Rainey's a very accurate shot. He makes a shot. Crucial kill here for San Antonio X Factor from one of their all-stars, Rainey Stanzik. Another body coming off, and Kyle, I think you called it.
Blow the horn.
We'll see. 25 seconds left. Can X Factor finish it? They need to get another 2 kills here.
Oh.
Ooh, Rainey getting taken out,
That's going to
though.
be tough.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to have the time now. They're not really in perfect position. Billy's going to try to reposition. He gets outside wide. I think we're going to see an overtime. Yeah, as Colt's going to get his eye dotted.
Harris is just holding it down from the home. He's shot in 2 guys. He's about to shoot a 3rd.
No penalties right now are key. Harris going to try to steal this one.
Oh.
As time expires.
He's still clean. That's
Rumbling,
crazy.
stumbling up the field. Harris Hussein making some shots. We got ourselves a tie game. Going to go to overtime.
That is an awesome fight by Harris Hussein. Good job on him of just staying alive in that home.
Yeah, it wasn't looking good for a second with Rainey in the spot getting some kills, but Harris Hussein clocked in. Talked to the referee real quick, and no penalty assessed on that last one, so it'll be 5-on-5, moving into overtime.
I love it.
And then we'll see if the Titans can put the finishing touches here on a Mercy Roll win against PB Fit, which did not think I would be singing that song out here. As PB Fit, but just, man, the Titans look real tough in this one.
They're playing a really good control game, heavy paint in the air, and they're honestly winning the gun battles versus PB Fit. It's like they knew the layout or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, just the tip of hat and respect to the Titans because they played the #1 and #2 teams in semi-pro, flying all the way from New Zealand, and a draw, and I mean, a 4-point spread on literally the #1 team. So that's a good day. And on the breakout now, it looks like aggressive breakout for PB Fit.
There it is.
As they get Luke out here into the 50 and then body into D3. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left to go. The need for just a tie, and they're risking it. Here goes past the 50 with Luke. He's going to crawl up that inside wedge, and he gets flipped out though.
Wow.
Titans holding it down.
He was trying. He was trying. Maybe he should have jumped the other way, but he was trying.
That's all you really can ask for, right?
Right.
At this point in time, if you're a coach or a fan, try to make something happen, man. You're in a tough spot.
Lost another one from PB Fit, so it looks like the Titans are going to close this one out on a mercy roll.
Yeah, still got a little bit of work to do, but it's definitely looking good for him here.
I spoke to her. It's still Chavez and
Mark Johnson.
Mark Johnson. You can't ever call Mark Johnson out.
Yeah, with how good Chavez has been playing, and then, yeah, Mark Johnson out there, they still got a chance. It's just, it's the time, right?
Yeah.
Because the Titans will be content with a 4-point win. Yeah, the Mercy Rule looks good on paper, but ultimately you just need the win. So they have the high bodies. They have a 4-point lead. They could just hide in their spots. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
That's that nasty cross shot from that little wing.
Yeah, he just didn't need to make that move. He either didn't know the count or understand the situation. You have a 4-point lead. There's 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Hide. It's 4-on-2. Now it's 3-on-2. Still really good situation here for the Titans.
Mark doesn't know this guy's dead, though. Oh, there's still a corner, so he's afraid to launch. Looks like for the Titans, they have the Dorito wing up there in the 40, the Dorito corner and the snake corner locking this whole thing down, and then it's just the 2 PB Fit players, Chavez and then the Dorito wing, and then Mark Johnson here in the snake corner.
That guy got shot, and there is a minor. Now it is 2-on-1.
So now 2-on-1 situation. Sorry, 2-and-2, as Harrison Fry was still alive in that back.
Sorry, 2-on-2. He's so sneaky out there. You just never know.
Sneaky. He's got that invisibility cloak sometimes.
And he got shot.
Well, didn't have it that time. Well, slowly but surely, Paintball Fit in a low body situation, having some things go their way. Oh, there's actually 3.
There's a guy hiding back there.
Where did he come from?
Margin counts. You know, they're playing for every point.
Yeah.
Well, hung in there tough.
Man, I got so much respect for Mark Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
All this guy in the league, just jumping over snake beams.
Is he older than Shane?
No.
I can check.
Shane is a freak of nature.
Shane is a beast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's the ageless assassin.
Do not understand. My hips hurt, and I'm 28, and this guy's like 50, just killing it.
It's like we talked about. You had asked that question earlier. In a game of reflexes, there's no way that Mark Johnson or Alex Frazee or Shane Howell should ever be beating Carter Donaldson.
Yep.
But that's not what happens out here.
It's a mental game.
Because this is not a game of reflexes.
No.
Not out here, not in the Pro League. Maybe you'll have more of an advantage, because it does give a guy like Carter Donaldson an advantage.
Yep.
But if you had $100,000, who would you put that on? You know, if you took some of these younger guys, and then you have an Alex Frazier and some of these older guys, I mean, who would you be putting that $100,000 on?
I mean,
if we could take Ryan Greenspan and Alex Frazier, and who's another really good old guy that's been playing for a long time, just pick them, whichever one you want.
I mean,
I'm putting you in a tough spot because it's, you know, it's
Yosh.
This is Yosh.
Yeah,
Yosh. Every one of those guys is hard, Matty, but I am putting my whole career on those two. So I would guess I'm going to put it on Carter.
Hey, I respect that.
Okay, well, maybe I pick another young guy from another team. Mark Johnson's 46.
We got overtime here. NYX versus X Factor. Billy Bernacci takes the walk off the break. LJ Parrish being aggressive on the Dorito side for X Factor. 5-on-4 in favor of NYX. NYX mirrors on the Dorito side with George.
Oh, this is a good match.
Yep.
It's all depending on how Jerry Carl takes the advantage here. Oh, and they let Randy fill out with Meter coming out to this D side, so they lose their advantage. Jerry Carl still out here in the snake corner. He still had the opportunity to launch, even though there is a Dorito 3 like that, putting pressure on the inside. He's got to take this advantage of the kill one up the side and be able to exploit this snake side. Either him or Pat Kraft. Pat Kraft has to move as well if Jerry's going to be on the inside.
And Parrish in the best position of either team on that D side. Actually, no, he's mirrored up right now. Yeah, they're mirrored up. Both teams have a body in D3.
And then you got Jerry Carl for NYX on the cross containing the D side. And the same thing for X Factor. You have Randy Stanzak in this first snake side brick shooting cross containing the D side.
This is pretty even. I mean, it's early to call it, but we might be seeing one-on-ones out here.
See what Harris can do.
Harris is the X Factor.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes
Jerry.
Caro out of the corner. Now it is a true mirrored game, I think, almost.
Yeah, the only thing, yep, well, now it is because Harris has filled out to that snake side tower, so we are exactly mirrored. Who is going to take the ball in their hands first is the question.
3:30 left to go. Tense moments. Both these teams playing their first game. You do not want to drop your first game. X Factor got off to a real rough start beginning of the season and picked it up at event number 3, New York Xtreme. Also riding the struggle bus a bit early on, trying to make another Sunday. 8 teams move on, but we're just getting things kicked off in this tournament. So
you can tell by LJ's body language over there, he wants to make something happen.
Yeah.
Hyper-aggressive player. LJ Parrish in D3, but still kind of biding his time a bit. But yes, I do agree with you. He's getting a little bit antsy in there.
There you go. Randy figured out all the variables first and then launched at the gut. So he's going to come up and shoot for this Dorito. So he's going to make sure he doesn't get seen through the crack. Randy's such a smart player.
Yeah.
He sees him through the crack. Look at that.
Yep. Got to respect that. Made sure he wasn't looking at him.
Randy going to post up, try to get that shot cross field. Pat Kraft improves his position slightly to the box. Randy posted up, looking for a shot on McLean, cross field. Being careful. He's going to get help. Parrish goes inside as well, too. X Factor with 2 players,
and
both at the 50
hits
bricks.
the one ball on Harris Hussein.
Beautiful. Nice job here is X Factor, now with an advantage on the body count. 4 on 3. Move outside wide on McLean as Pat Kraft Jr. dies. McLean dies as well,
there
too.
He goes.
And it's a 4-on-1 situation in overtime here in favor of X Factor. They got 2 minutes to close. Shouldn't be a problem. Meter gets past the 50, trying to get that crossfield angle on the last body here for Xtreme.
And it was Randy Stanzak that broke the whole thing open.
So Meter's going to run in and hit that buzzer to solidify this victory. Hard-fought battle from Xtreme, though. They definitely don't look bad.
Absolutely.
It was a good fight, but I mean, it's the same thing that we see from the Xtreme, just a little bit less. Xtreme was making huge errors in the last few events where they were getting shot stupid as individuals. I mean, the individuals would look great, but then they would take too big of a bump and get a 2-man team on them and get dinked out. And it happened with 2 or 3 guys, and they would lose points. They're slowing down a little bit, but the communication as units are still not good enough. Like, Jerry Carl is in the snake corner. He has a full advantage. Kill one on the snake side off the break. He could have wrapped, put the 2 bodies in that was stopping Pat Kraft. Pat Kraft came right to the 50 snake within the first 30 seconds, but they're not looking to move together, which is...
And also, it may be a little bit of the moment getting them a bit. You're in overtime. It's your first game. You don't want to make a mistake. And Rainey, a gambler, but also cerebral and incredibly intelligent and experienced. And who was the first to read the variables correctly? It was Rainey.
Yep.
Goes to that same conversation about experience, time behind the gun, time in pressure situations.
Yep.
And don't forget, X Factor threw an entire point away earlier with that major.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are little things. It's a game of inches out here.
X Factor's looking really good. Rainey definitely needs, you know, a little bit support on the intellectual side. I think Colt's the best guy for him, but he is figuring it out. Once he has it down, it's nasty what that guy can do.
Titans and PB Fit. Titans got a 3-point lead with 56 seconds left. PB Fit still pushing. Let's see what happens right here.
Yeah, PB Fit.
Mason gets blown apart.
PB Fit playing for margin right now. And they're going to be losing both bodies
Good.
in the center. That should do it here for the Titans.
Chavez is back in his home spot. Is that Dorito 40?
Yeah.
Shoots Harrison Fry filling out.
That's his spot. It's definitely his spot. Out of everyone I've seen play this morning, he's just omnipresent in that position. But it just wasn't enough for him here as the Titans looking real tough.
Slow it down, bud. Don't hit it yet.
Don't do it. Don't
do it.
do it. Don't do
Save us.
Take the win. Yeah, we don't need another meaningless point.
Oh, you remember that match in World Cup where Jerry Caro hit it too early?
Oh, he did it. He did it again. He hit it with 13 seconds.
Oh, no, it was down.
Oh, was it?
10. What is the rule, 11?
Should be
8.
Changing all the time.
Nah.
It was before anything over 10 they'll play, but they've been burning off some like
just to let everybody
some
know.
under 10.
Just to
or
let
over
everybody know, Jason Trojan will walk over to both teams and say, "Would you like to burn the clock?"
Yes.
And that's so. If you've ever seen a clock burnt and you don't think it's supposed to be burnt, it's because the two teams said, "Yes, you can burn the clock."
Yeah, and this is kind of one of those situations where
PB Fit should just burn the clock.
yes, because I mean, well, yeah, it's 15 seconds. It's happened a couple times in the past few years.
If I was a coach for PB Fit and I had a play written up of how to win a 10-second point already written up, I would try it. I would say let's run it. One anchor in the corner, make sure we don't lose the point, so it's the same point spread, but let's see if our play works.
What's the big risk is the major, right?
Yep.
Because then you lose the margin point, but
Exactly.
But you get another look at the field for a fast point that you might need later in the
Which
There's an argument either way.
You could argue either way because this is a blind layout. If it wasn't a blind layout and you already ran that play 10 times in practice to see if it works, then don't worry about it. But because no one's really tried that yet, we haven't really seen anybody attempt that. So I'm sure everyone at home is hoping that they do so they can get a look at it.
And majors are a personal aspect, man. We all know when we take an extra step.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? We all know when we get hit, we keep going. The nice thing about paintball, we know. You know what I mean?
That's interesting you bring that up. And since I have you up here, Robbie, and it looks like, well, just real quick, last question before we sign off for the lunch break. CEP had 6 penalties today.
I don't know why you're associating me with CEP.
Because you used to be on CEP back when penalties were an issue.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a discipline game. You know, if you can't play discipline, then that's an issue. And, you know.
And their game was, they threw away 3 points for sure on penalties, questionable on a couple others, and the spread was, I think, 3 or 4. So and I liked how they looked in their tie against Distortion.
That team has a lot of talented semi-pro. I mean, they got the guys that played for PC Katana and all the old pro teams, but, you know, you got to play discipline out there. And if there's one thing that team does, it's, you know, granted, none of those guys play with us, but they can get hot-headed. And so it is what it is, but, hey, I wish them the best of luck.
I think it's training wrong, man. I think people train to like show something or perform or put something out there instead of train not to get shot.
Yes.
Like the reason Russians got out in bounces for that period when they were like absolutely killing people, and you can watch footage on this back in like 2009, 2010. Mishka sliding into Dorito and he get bounced and he's calling himself out before the ref could, and he got bounced. Why do they play that way? Because there is a level of perfection that you should put yourself to when you play this game. To win an event, like we say, it's a reduction of error. That's perfection. You know, they're synonyms, right? Yeah. So it's really just reducing those errors, and that starts at practice. If you come out here in your first match, you get a bunch of penalties, it's because at practice you were playing through the hits. Yeah. That's usually what it comes down to.
So Kyle Berry, Robbie Goldsmith, thank you guys so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Everyone at home, thank you guys so much for joining us. We got a full afternoon of battle about to go down here after the lunch break. The 2022 NXL Golden State Open. I'm Matty Marshall here on Go Sports. We'll be back.
Woo, woo.